lowering the threshold to use nuclear bombs on Iran, which is.
Well, this is actually 12 years after America ended in Gen X. The US ended during the Obama administration, 2014, because we found the majority wants the smartest to lead. And I understood that the American people never understood their founding document, the Declaration of Independence, because you have lethal force by police, abortion, and execution today. That allows the smart guy to alter or abolish the US government. That's why Benjamin Franklin said, "It's a republic if you can keep it." If Americans like Donald Trump, like Joe Biden, don't even know the First Amendment or the right to life, you're living in an idiocracy like the movie. So, for decades and decades, 2.5 centuries, Americans did not understand the right to life. Okay? So, that's a big deal. You're saying that people's lives don't matter in other countries when you bomb them. So it's not very American to bomb other countries because their right to life is supposed to matter too, right? And if you gloss over America's founding document, human life essentially doesn't matter, and America never happened. That's what I'm telling you. Your country never happened. It never actually actualized. All your flag waving America, all your patriotism went out the window because you didn't even understand your own country, let alone why it ended 12 years ago. You're so blindly patriotic, right? The founders warned about all this stuff, right? The founders would not want America bombing other countries or to be taken over by a foreign power, right? So ever since JFK has been shot, America has been compromised by a foreign government, and you have not had that conversation. You've been glossing over that conversation because it's uncomfortable. It must be embarrassing that America was taken over, right? You don't want to admit your country was taken over. You're so American, right? You don't want to admit that the boomers are two nations behind the historical timeline because you love your Zucosis bubble so much as a boomer, right? Journalism died. It's been dead since 9/11, right? Who killed JFK? Who killed Charlie Kirk? Who attacked the USS Liberty? Who bribed and gerrymandered all of Congress and the Senate? Who's on APAC watch? All of DC is. All your phony government officials are compromised, right? So all of DC is considered compromised by Israel. We call the old government the United States of Israel, the USI. Do Americans want Israel to run the US military? No. Do Americans want to attack the Russians? No. Do Americans call China the enemy at home? No. But DC does, because DC was taken over by Israel, who wants to use Americans as war fodder. Look, they already took over your government. They're laughing about it. They're laughing about using Americans as war fodder to attack nations they want to attack. Right? The seven nations that General Wesley Clark talked about. So this is a premeditated attack now of seven nations plus. Okay, Trump was not supposed to take the leader of Venezuela. Trump was not supposed to bomb Iran for Israel. That's 2381 treason, aiding the enemy. So you're not supposed to give Israel billions of dollars after the USS Liberty, after they attack you, after they take out your president, after they intimidate Trump with the golden pager as a gift, right? Just after bombing places with pager, who gets the golden pager? Oh, Trump does, right? He must be special. No, a foreign power intimidated the president. He's compromised. So what do? You run continuity of government. Would Americans notice if I fired Trump and Hagstaff? No. Right? You're not anybody special. Who do you think you are? Right? I'm the acting 5-star dad. I lead the U.S. military after America ends, when it becomes a new country. Right? Who do you think does? Israel? You think Israel actually leads the U.S. military? Well, they do under Trump. That's why you have battleships extending past Midway, vulnerable to attack. After the War on Terror, which was a phony, fraudulent war for Israel, hey, now all your bases in the Middle East are suddenly vulnerable to attack because I said that America wasn't supposed to be in the Middle East in the first place. Right? All those bases are uncouth occupations. Right? Is that very American to occupy foreign lands, to use scorched earth policy like Israel does? Well, birds of a feather, psychopaths, flock together. Israel can relate to America regarding genocide because of the genocide of the Native Americans, right? Hey, we should apologize for that. A narcissist refuses to apologize, right? So don't expect DC to apologize for nuking Japan or the genocide of the natives. They're psychopaths. Do you expect a psychopath to suddenly care about human life or the American people? Trump is a kleptocrat pretending to be a leader 12 years after America ended. It's a one nation continent. I lead the world army in a noocracy republic after NATO, right? So if you attack another country now, the leading sociologist will fire your national leader, right? I will call them out. I've asked 3 to resign: Trump, Netanyahu, and Zelensky. Does a tyrant step down when you ask them to? No, right? So these are called rogue national leaders, right? They're not supposed to be attacking other nations, but they are anyway. You're supposed to arrest them with the First World Army that doesn't exist yet because the boomers have not actualized that, right? They're not privy to my level of intelligence. The boomers are in the dark ages with their nationalism. Hey, if you nationalize killer robots, that could end the human race. So your nationalism needs to go. The spotlight on all these greedy old silas boomers needs to go, right? If you continue to give them power, if you give a psychopath power, they're going to abuse it, right? They are going to nuke someplace when they're not supposed to. Hey, only I'm allowed to use nukes worldwide, and that is to budge asteroids headed for Earth like the movie Armageddon at the Planetary Defense Coordination Office. No, Trump doesn't even get to test nuclear weapons. No nation does. Or I'll fire their leader. They will be forced to resign. They will be humiliated in the arena for their poor martial arts.